I'm going to talk about that and a whole lot more. But before I do, please subscribe. Please hit that notification bell. Hit that thumbs up. Share. Follow. And keep supporting your boy. But I'm shaking my head for a reason. But as I always say, when I'm about to get into what I need to get into here at Just Shooting Sports, let's get to it.
Survive financially.
The reason why I'm shaking my head, because there was something that I mentioned yesterday in my last video. And I mentioned that our 3 annual opponents were about as easy of any of the annual opponents that any other team has. I said that we got a great deal. We got a great draw. But then I also mentioned that it's not the 3 opponents that you need to worry about. It's the 6 others that we don't know about. And then I thought about it. I said, you know what? I said, why should I be worried? Look at our 3 annual opponents. Vanderbilt, no problem. Kentucky, no problem. Even Vanderbilt, they're up and coming, but there ain't going to be no Diego Pavia. There's not going to be no great value Johnny Manziel at the helm at Vanderbilt. But that's to be determined. So I was like, well, we'll see. But then I also mentioned that those 6 opponents, for whomever those teams are, including the University of Tennessee, it can be a problem. And what the SEC dropped yesterday during the SEC Network presentation of the whole SEC schedule, I said in the beginning I wasn't excited because they leaked it. But damn it, did it make me excited when I saw it. Also got me a little worried, just a little bit. And I'll get to that later on the reason why it had me a little bit worried. But we got a hell of a schedule in 2026. When I mean a hell of a schedule, I forgot that we have a home and home against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. I forgot we're going to have a home and home with the Washington Huskies on our schedule. Now, granted, we have some powder puffs, if you will, some FCS schools that are going to be on the schedule that we're just going to mollywop and 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 stump a mud hole and walk them dry. But then we also have a schedule full of some SEC teams, especially in 2026, that are not too bad themselves. Let's get to it. For 2026, we have the Furman Paladins on September 5th. We ain't worry about that next. But then we go on the road. We go back to Atlanta, to the scene of the crime where we committed some type act. We committed a criminal act against the Syracuse Orange at Mercedes-Benz. Only this time, it's against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets at Bobby Dodd Stadium. And that place is going to be rocking. Trust me when I tell you. And then we have the Kennesaw State Owls that will be coming to Neyland. Yes, that's definitely going to be a win for the good guys. But then we go on the road to Arkansas. Now, we don't know what Arkansas is going to look like. We don't know if Sam Pittman is still going to be there because, let's face it, they've taken some tough losses this year, back to back losses with fumbles that have caused those losses at the end of games. So we don't know what that's going to look like. We don't know if Sam Pittman does get dismissed, that the team that he has now doesn't stay intact and doesn't hit the transfer portal. But if they do, then it may not be the same Arkansas Razorback team that, shouldn't have beat us, but they did beat us at Arkansas, the scene of the crime that was committed against us by those Razorbacks. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. And plus, we have to wait and see who the new head coach is going to be. That could determine a lot of things on whether the players stay or don't. Then we go to Williams Bryce Stadium, and I know them suckcocks. Excuse me, those Gamecocks are chopping at the bit. They want their revenge as well. We want our revenge because not only did we lose at South Carolina in 2022, South Carolina committed a serious crime against my Tennessee Volunteers, which I still haven't forgotten. But we need to return the favor on the road at Williams-Brice. Then we have the Alabama Crimson Tide coming to Neyland, one of our annual opponents. Then we have the Auburn Tigers coming to Neyland. They haven't been to Neyland in quite a while. Now, what is their dynamic going to look like? Hugh Freeze is probably still going to be there. Jackson Arnold, we don't know if he's still going to be the starter. Hell, we don't know if he's still going to be at Auburn. But if he is, then hopefully he gets his game up to par, because we saw what happened last time he played Tennessee at Oklahoma. And then lo and behold, we got the LSU Tigers coming to Neyland, and I know LSU themselves are chopping at the bit as well. They want to return the favor that we gave them at LSU. Vol takeover. Do y'all remember that? Because I sure as hell do. And that team had a future Heisman Trophy winner, future first round draft picks. And we mollywopped them, skull drugged them on their own field. We were the kings of Death Valley. But I know that's in the back of their mind, and I know that bad taste is still in their mouth, and they're going to come for us. Trust me when I tell you. And then the much anticipated, the one that I've been wanting, besides Missouri, the Texas Longhorns. Who's the real UT? I know we are. But Arch Manning comes to his uncle's home, his uncle's house. And you know what they say when you come to your uncle's house? You better wipe your feet on the rug, and you better respect my house. But you're not going to come in my house and disrespect me. So, Arch Manning, come on down. We can't wait. I know I can't. And then we go on the road to Kyle Field Stadium in College Station, Texas, against the Texas A&M Aggies. I'm going to be honest with you, Mike Elko has that team humming. They've had some great wins this year so far. Marcel Reed has been playing very well as a QB. Of course, last year was his first year. He did very well then, and he's doing very well now, even better now than he did his first year. But Kyle Field left a bad taste in my mouth, and it's been a bad taste for 9 years, going on 10, and it'll be 10 years next year. We owe them one because they too committed a crime against us. And then we go on the road to Vanderbilt. Now, I've been hearing about this thing about Diego Pavia, and allegedly he might be able to get another year. Haven't really looked more into it, but I really need to do that because it's kind of weird. I don't know. But if that is the case, then we got to get ready for them because Diego, how Diego goes, they go. Great value Johnny Manziel, yeah, that's what his name is to me. But just like last year and this year as well, yeah, Mollywop is to be delivered. But that schedule, that 2026 schedule, oh my goodness. There's a lot of great games on that schedule. Whew. But what frustrates me, what gets me a little nervous about this schedule, depending on the Diego Pavia situation, it has come to my knowledge that Joey Aguilar may be affected as well. Because if what I'm hearing that he's trying to fight for another year for whatever reason, then Joey Aguilar could possibly benefit from that. And if that is the case, that would be fantastic to have a play caller of his stature, of his experience, taking us into 2026. Now, I know Faison Brandon, the number one quarterback, is going to be coming on board with us next year. I know George McIntyre is going to be there and Jake Merklinger is going to be there. But it's going to come to a point where somebody may transfer and may hit that portal. Who knows? Then again, they might not do that. But but at the same time, we got dogs coming in as well. Now we may not have Chris Brazzell depending on what he does this season because right now it looks like shoot he putting up. I want to go to the league numbers right now, and if that is the case, then we lose Chris Brazzell, but we still going to have Mike Matthews. We still going to have Braylon Staley. We're going to have Travis Smith Jr. We're going to have Rodarius Jackson. We're going to have um, who else? We got Tristan Keys coming on board. Celeste Moa coming on board. Joel Wyatt coming on board. So we got plenty coming in. We have dogs that are coming in. So it's just going to be plug and play, especially with Tristan Keys, the number one wide receiver. I've seen him play. He is a true dog, and he's going to bring it. So I'm very excited for that. But quarterback position, we'll see. If it is a point where Joey Aguilar cannot come back, then we're going to have Faison Brandon fighting for the job, George McIntyre fighting for the job, Jack Merklinger, who's going to at that point be in this system for 3 years. So we're going to see who wins the job, who looks good, and then go from there. But but we'll see. Now, moving on to 2027, we got the Tennessee State Tigers, and oh my God, it's so close to home for me, man. Understand, I was born at Harry Medical, which was down the street from Tennessee State, on Jefferson, off of Jefferson Street. My dad went to school there, my mom went to school there, my sisters went to school there. I've talked about it, and even though that's my second, you know, home team, um, Tennessee going Molly Whopper. Sorry, Big Blue. I just got to be real with it. And then the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets come back to Neyland. And then at that, we have Western Michigan. Should dust them off. So Tennessee State dust off, Western Michigan dust off. But then we go to Alabama. Then after Alabama, we go to Georgia. Then we go to Kentucky. And then we go to Missouri. We got 4 games on the road. 4 straight on the road. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We go to Oklahoma. Now, I don't know if this schedule is still going to stay the same and that we're going to go on the road 5 times in a row. I hope not, because that's too much. I think there's going to be some home games sprinkled in there, but right now I'm just going for what we have. But I know that we play 5 games on the road, and they're going to be against some great competition. Now, Kentucky, no way, no shape, or form. Not worried about them. But going to Oklahoma with Mateer, probably, I don't know if Mateer's still there or not. I can't remember. No, I don't think he is. Can't remember what year he's in. But going to Alabama on the road, going to Georgia on the road, going to Missouri on the road, going to Oklahoma on the road, yeah, that's going to be a tough deal. And then the Florida Gators. They're going to be back on our schedule in 2027. They're coming to Neyland. And then we have the Ole Miss Rebels. They're coming back to Neyland. Please, whatever y'all do, don't throw no golf balls, and please no mustard bottles. Please refrain from doing so. But they left a bad taste in our mouth. Referees made us have a bad taste in our mouth because that was a scoop and score by Tyler Barron. Haven't forgot about that. And that would have been the difference in the game. We would have won that game. Understand something. Back in 2021, we easily could have been 10-3. Easily could have been 10-3 instead of 7-6. Easily. Scoop and score. That would have been a win. If Hooker started in the Pittsburgh game and not Joe Milton, Hooker would have hit everybody that was wide open, including Smokey. We would have won that game. And then, of course, the Purdue game. We probably wouldn't even play Purdue. But still, that was a 10-3 season. So that was a 10. So, it is what it is. And then we have the Mississippi State Bulldogs that are going to be coming back to town. Very excited about that game this weekend. And then, of course, the Vanderbilt Commodores. Now, in 2028, right now as it stands, oh my goodness, we're playing West Virginia once again at Bank of America Stadium in Charlotte, North Carolina. We owe them one as well because remember a couple years ago, I think in Pruitt's first season, West Virginia whooped us out. Literally whooped us out. Then we go to Jordan Hare Stadium. Now, last time we went to Jordan Hare, Jared Garantano, Jeremy Pruitt pulled off an upset, and we beat a top 25 Auburn team. So I know they can't wait for us to come back in there, but we just got to see what the state of the program is for Auburn, including ourselves as well. And then we go to LSU. Now, we know we can win at LSU, but it depends on what time we playing because I'm going to tell you right now, we playing at night, we in trouble. We play at noon, they in trouble. And we're going to run Death Valley once again. Then we have the Alabama Crimson Tide, Arkansas Razorbacks, Kentucky Wildcats, South Carolina Gamecocks. Now, these are all at Neyland. Then we got Texas A&M at Neyland. Then we go to Texas. Yes, sir. We go to Texas Memorial Stadium. Can't wait. Can't wait for that, for the two UTs to go at it again. And then we're on the road against Vanderbilt. And then the 2029 season. Sorry, I'm so long-winded and I'm taking all day on this video, but I just want to get through each season that is in front of us right now, that is included within this, new schedule, new format that the SEC has come with. And then 2029, we got the Washington Huskies coming to Neyland. I don't even remember the last time we played Washington. If we ever played Washington, I have to look that up. And then we go on the road against Alabama, Florida, Kentucky, Mississippi State, Ole Miss. Then the Georgia Bulldogs will come to Neyland, Missouri Tigers, Oklahoma Sooners, and Vanderbilt. So that's your 2029 schedule. Of course, it's not complete just yet because it doesn't have any other teams on there, like another FCS team or a homecoming team on that schedule. Because I think this one only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, we're due for about 2, 3 more games on that schedule. But yeah, folks, that is your complete schedule from 2026 to 2029. What are your thoughts? How do y'all feel about this schedule? What are you most excited about with this schedule, and what you're not excited about in all these schedules that I've spoken about today? Hey, give me your thoughts. Give me your opinions. You know where this is. Just Shooting Sports. You know who I am. Blackout Jones. Hey man, Tennessee football is on the rise. We've been on the rise, but I truly believe, man, we're going to have a championship in the next couple of years, SEC and national title. So man, just let your boy know, man. And like I said before, man, appreciate y'all support, man. Really love doing this, man. Really love talking to the masses, talking to my people, man. Also, is there anything that you would love for me to talk about? Is there anything that you feel like that I could do better? In regards to this show. I love all feedback. I really do. But man, I'm just man, I'm just who I am. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's cut all the bullshit. Oh, excuse my language. You know who I am. I've already told you. And you know what I always talk about when I talk about that power T. Go Big Orange. Go Vols.